Today, we are going to finally give you my full review of the Asics Trabuco Max 2. Very excited to share with you what I've learned about this shoe. So we're gonna go 10 miles and we're gonna give you 10 things about the Asics Trabuco Max 2 that I like, that I don't like. I'll kind of mix them in. Also, it's awesome out. It's beautiful. So that's gonna be fun to see too. Let's go for a long run. Hope you enjoy today. All right, before I get into this review, I am in no way sponsored for this video. I bought these shoes, the Asics Trabuco Max 2 trail shoes, with my own money. So all of these opinions are my own, absolutely. Well, you're gonna get a really good idea how these shoes perform in the mud. Look at that. Major washout. We had about 2.5 inches of rain about a day and a half ago. I'm not sure that any shoe does well in this kind of condition. Hey, at least I have a bridge here. That's not ever here. It must have. It really did wash over. Look at this. Almost 1 mile. I'm trying my hand at a runner's knot. Thing number one for this pair of shoes, for the Asics Trabuco Max, you definitely will want to use that last eyelet in the eyelet chain, because sometimes it does, I wouldn't say heel slippage, not nearly that dramatic, just a little movement in my heel. So that's thing number one. We're gonna kind of go from the least important down to the most. All right, well, we're on something to do with the heel of the shoe. Although, like I said, sometimes it feels a little loose, so you got to use that last eyelet chain. It is very plush. That's thing number two about the Asics Trabuco Max 2. And man, I mean, I love it. I think that plush heel counter is just, and heel cup is just so comfortable. It just feels great. It feels so soft, and it does, you know, make it a nice and snug fit. Like I said, you may need to use that last eyelet, but other than that, it's just a very, very comfortable heel. Absolutely no chance of blisters. So yeah, I like that. Thing number two, the plush heel cup is just nice. And honestly, the entire upper is very, very comfortable. was gonna hold this until closer to the end of the list because it is truly one of the best aspects of the Asics Trabuco Max 2, and that is the outsole, man. The outsole of this shoe is nothing less than incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it because you just saw what it can do, man. That mud was extremely slippery and thick because of the flooding we just recently had. And let me tell you, it has performed brilliantly, amazing. Just really, really nice. Yeah, so I challenge you, if you've tried the Asics Trabuco Max 2, to name me a better outsole. The lug depth and the lug pattern is absolutely awesome. I think it's a game changer, honestly. It is just really, really well done. It's kind of a mix between what you had in the Asics Trabuco Max 1 and reminiscent of the Hoka Speed Goat, but much better. Can't say enough good about it. And that's gonna be probably one of the #1 features that you will choose this shoe for. Right, so it is time for thing number 4 for the Asics Trabuco Max 2. I think the upper is very breathable, but for wet conditions like I have out here today, that can be a drawback because the mud and the water just kind of goes into the shoe. Now, mind you, I am running in very, very muddy conditions. So you see those holes, that's gonna make it extremely breathable on a hot, humid day. So that is awesome. Keep your feet and your toes, you know, nice and aired out and hopefully not too wet from sweat and things like that. But again, with muddy, wet conditions, it can be a drawback. So that's thing number 4, the breathability of the upper. All right, so thing number 5 is the colorway, the design, whatever you want to talk about, the color. Oh, so cool, man. I love the red and orange and almost kind of pink color that they've mixed in for this shoe. And that's just one item. I think there's right now 2 designs. I'm sure they'll come out with more. There's more of like a black and yellow based, I think. It looks pretty cool too, but I couldn't help myself. I had to grab this red orange version, and I don't regret it. I think they look so awesome. All right, so I'm on a road section of this run. I want to give you my 6th thing about the Asics Trabuco Max 2, and that is that this is not a commuter shoe. It really is not meant to be on the roads because the lugs are pretty significant. I think they're 4.5 millimeters deep, but it doesn't hurt. Like, I'm on here right now and it's not like I feel them under my feet hurting my feet like you might in some shoes that have aggressive lugs. So I wouldn't say it's impossible. I wouldn't go more than 2 or 3 miles on the road, maybe to get to your trail, your local trail, but like this 3/4 mile section, no big deal. Thing number 6, maybe a commuter-ish shoe, but only short distances on the road. All right, let's go. This is amazing, love it. All right, thing number 7. This shoe, the Asics Trabuco Max 2, does have a gator trap. It has a hook on the front here of the eyelet chain, and then it has a Velcro gator trap there in the back. So if you're a gator person, I am for my 100 milers because I don't like rocks and things getting into my shoes when I'm going that distance. Other than that, I'm not typically a gator person, but if you are, you will like this shoe because it does give you that capability. So that's thing number 7. Gator traps are there on the Asics Trabuco Max 2. Let's talk about the rubber. So you know how with some shoes, the outsole may get a little more slippery when it gets wet. But, and Asics is not alone in this, but a lot of shoe companies have developed very tacky rubber so that when it does get wet, it even gets more sticky, or you don't lose those grip properties in the rubber. And I want to tell you, the Asics Trabuco Max definitely has a tacky rubber. They call it the Asics Max Grip, I think. It's a great complement to the lug pattern, spacing, and lug depth. So like, for example, when I was running through that creek, when I stepped on some stone right after that, it was very grippy and didn't have an issue with traction. So thing number 9 about the Asics Trabuco Max 2. This is the most exciting part of the shoe in my opinion, so I left it for almost last, and that is this amazing, glorious midsole. The midsole of the Asics Trabuco Max 2 is like a perfect marriage between soft, cushioned, you know, thick stack height, so very, very comfortable underfoot. It's full length from heel to toe. So your toes, if you're a toe like I am, kind of a 4-foot runner, you don't feel like your toes are missing out on that cushion. And then sometimes if you're on your heels, you know, you definitely get the full effect of that cushion, of that midsole. Flight Foam Blast Plus, amazing, great product by Asics. And then, like I said, it's a perfect marriage between that comfort, that thick stack height, that Flight Foam Blast Plus midsole, along with whatever they have going on in there that makes it very, very responsive. So that's something that, you know, not all shoes can brag about. In fact, many shoes have to specialize in either being cushioned or being responsive, but maybe not both. But the Asics Trabuco Max 2 somehow pulls it off, and I feel like it is a very responsive midsole. So that's thing number 9. This Flight Foam Blast Plus midsole is absolutely glorious. For someone to save. I want to tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. All right, 10 miles in the books here at Germantown. Had an absolutely fabulous time. So that means we hit 10 miles. So now here is my 10th thing to talk about with the Asics Trabuco Max 2. Here we go. Number 10, what is this shoe for? What kind of runner would use this shoe? What kind of race would you try to tackle with this shoe, with the Asics Trabuco Max 2? And I think what I'm gonna say after this 10-mile run and after probably around, I don't know, 25, 30 miles of use with this shoe, my opinion is that this is probably, it's advertised as an ultra marathon shoe for 100 milers, and I totally agree with that. I think that's right on the money, right on the mark. However, I would also say pretty much anything over a 50K, this shoe is awesome for. Now, if you're a fast 50K runner, this probably isn't gonna be your shoe of choice. You're probably gonna wanna choose something that's a little bit less bulky, a little bit lighter. Now, for me, I would gladly use this shoe for anything. Really, I would even do a trail marathon in this shoe all the way up to a 100 miler. It's definitely great for your long, slow trail distance runs. I even was pushing it pretty hard during this run. I even got up to like a sub 7-minute mile in these shoes, and I feel like they're very responsive. They'll definitely do the job. It is just so comfortable. You feel like you're running on pillows, but again, it's very, very responsive. So that's my opinion on who this trail running shoe is for, the Asics Trabuco Max 2. And that is the end of my review today. I hope you really enjoyed these 10 things about this shoe. Have a great day, and we will catch you in the next one.